What's going on, traders, and welcome for the next video for today, which is an update and full breakdown analysis for the GBPUSD. Now, guys, what I do over here on this pair is that I have a look at the monthly chart first, and then I'm going to work down my way to the lower ones. So I'm using the higher time frames for the overall direction on every single pair that I trade, and then I'm switching to the 4 hours, to the 1 hours, to the minute 30, minute 50, minute 5, minute 1, and even the 30 seconds that I can determine my entry for my specific trading setup that I'm looking for. Now, what we can see over here on the GBPUSD is that this market is super bullish. So we broke here previously this level of resistance by providing here this impulse, correction, and another impulse to the upside. What does that mean currently for us is that this market should go sooner or later to the downside to provide us a correction based on this last impulse leg that we can see over here. Now, what is super in confluence with this whole analysis right now is that we have over here all across that area strong area of monthly supply. So that means for me right now, I'm super interested to short GBPUSD within this area. However, right now this market is still bullish, but we can identify some more things here on this chart. Now, what I can identify here from the higher time frame is this correction. And if I'm taking over here this correction from the low to the high, we can see that we are currently at a strong area of monthly resistance, which is the minus 0.618. And if I'm going to use over here the baseline for my supply area, then that's the level a little bit above. And currently the market is rejecting both levels. Okay, so as you can see, we went higher than the minus 0.618, which is not a problem. What I would like to see is that in 4 days, in 9 hours, this market will close below this area over here. This is what I would like to see. Because look over here, exactly at the minus 0.272, this market went previously to the downside. So that was, from my point of view, the first confirmation where I was looking at that specific area to go short for the GBPUC. Unfortunately, it went only for a correction, but also this correction was a little bit of a high amount of pips. If we have a look over here, still that were almost 200 pips. Okay, that was also a pretty nice movement to the downside, and then the market rejected this whole thing and it went all the way to the upside. Okay, and currently what I do expect over here is that this market should provide us a deeper correction. Specifically, what I do expect in this case is that this market, based on this last impulse leg over here, will provide us a move to the downside till at least the 0.382, but even till the 0.5 is a potential scenario. Okay, so one of those levels we're going to definitely hit. The market will go for a retracement before afterwards continue to move up higher. Now, what does the weekly tell us right now about the GBPUSD? Well, here you can see that this market is super bullish. Okay, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. Now, with that being said over here, we can spot another impulse over here. So the last impulse leg has shown us that we're currently at the weekly resistance. And as you can see here on the weekly resistance, this marker is a little bit more precise. So it is really rejecting that area pretty exactly. So as you can see, exactly from that area, the market has started the movement to the downside. Okay, so that from my point of view is the first resistance. But also over here, look at here, minus 272, the market went a little bit lower before going up higher. So you can see that those two levels are kind of strong level of resistance for this market. Okay, what should we do right now? We should expect right now some sort of retracement based off this last impulse that we had over here. So we would like to see in this case a retracement till 0.618. That would be the best one, aligning with structure, and this is what I definitely do expect. Strong movement to the downside before the market afterwards could eventually go up higher, but still possible is that the market will go down lower. So what we already identified from the monthly time frame is retracement till the 0.5, but right now let me check it out how the 0.32 would be in alignment. As you can see, a little bit lower. So based on the weekly time frame over here, we could eventually go lower to test also one of those levels that we have located over here, because also over here those levels are pretty nice aligned with the structure. So let's see how the market will develop then, because we know from the monthly we could easily see the market to drop down lower. But this is kind of the job from us trader, is to monitorize price action, how it will develop, when we're going to reach that level. If the market then will provide us a correction based on this impulse, and then afterwards the market will continue to drop down till that level. That's my plan so far. And afterwards, I do expect that we're going to continue crazy to the upside to 1.50, something like this. Let's go right now to the daily to see what the daily is showing us. Well, the daily is super impulsive to the upside, and what we can expect right now based on the daily time frame is at least some sort of retracement. So I do expect that this day or maybe tomorrow we're going to close it as a super bearish one, providing us some movement to the downside. Specifically, I would like to see the market going down till that level here before afterwards trying to go up higher. So an impulse to the downside, maybe even a break, then correction, and then continuation to the downside to hit one of the levels that we identified previously on the monthly. So that's going to be the case. That is going what we're going to do in the inner circle group. So I'm going to share then my trade for that movement over here, and let's see how it will develop then. Thanks for watching. We're going to see the next time with a new video here on my trading channel.